Hi, it's Phelan again. The reason I'm doing this video is because a mere 5 months and 10 days after my PIP assessment, uh, about half an hour ago, I received a letter with a form from the DWP that is the start of the assessment process for my ESA. Uh, I've been signed off for PIP, so why they can't just leave me alone like many other people. This is harassment now. Um, the PIP assessment should have covered me for ESA as well, because my situation has not got any better. And I knew this was a consequence of the Tory government's obsession with going after people with disabilities. As I've said before, I would like to work. I'm actually making steps to try and do that. But this constant triggering of assessments, I know this is only a form at the moment, but if they don't take the form as enough evidence, I will have to go through another proper full assessment process. Only 5 months and 10 days after I've already been through one. And this is what I've been hearing a lot from other people with disabilities, that virtually every 6 months they have to go through this process again and again and again, and it is not fair. At the moment, I'm going through some personal stuff which is related to me trying to set up my own business, which is driving me to have suicidal thoughts. So much so that I've already had, thanks to someone sticking their nose in, a uh, a visit from the Essex Police Force and calls from the local crisis team, none of which I needed because I was handling it on my own. Unfortunately, today has now triggered the possibility that I am now going to have to phone the crisis team to come out and help me. I know I was coping because I had a problem with my window, which would have made it very easy for me to just pull it open and jump out of my 6th-story window. And I asked the council repair service, the out of hours repair service, to come and get it fixed. Either fix it or make it safe. And by making it safe, they would have had to have damaged the window to stop it being opened. So I could handle it. I could handle my suicidal ideation at this present time. But now I've got this letter and it's pushed me to the brink where I am in a minute. As soon as I finish recording this, I'm going to be calling the crisis team because I am now shit scared that these Nazi fuckbags are going to take away my benefit. It's happened before. It was a mistake by the DWP and I lost my benefits for 9 months. I have been worried that this would happen. But that didn't stop me, despite all my problems, from helping someone else get through their assessment because they were alone and had no one else to go with them. I managed to bolster my having enough time. I was able to bolster myself to help that person go through their assessment. But now I don't think I'm going to have someone who will go with me to an assessment that may be triggered by me having to fill out this form and send it back. And unfortunately, the local organisations that are supposed to help people with assessment and stuff like that can't send people because they haven't got the funding to do that. And why haven't they got the funding? Because the Tory government has cut back the amount of funding that they get. And now I am in the situation where I am trying desperately, absolutely desperately, to set up my own business. And it's not going well. And now I've got this added stress on top. There are others far worse off than me that are having to go through this. The reason I'm recording this is not to get sympathy for me, it's to get sympathy for them. It's more proof. I am just a guy sitting in front of a webcam telling you that within 6 months, or just over 5 months, I have been been contacted to go through what could possibly be another long process of assessment and worry. It's only a form right now, but already I am so worried that I am very worried about my own mental health. And the trouble is, nothing has changed from my PIP assessment. So why can't they take that? And I'm sure other people with disabilities, physical, sensory impairments, or mental health problems are going through the same shit. It is unfair that we have to, virtually every 6 months, prove that we have a problem. We have a problem. Keep hassling us about our problem makes us worse. And like last time, I'm rather more resilient than some people. And again, I am just receiving that letter, not in a brown envelope, I hasten to add. They think changing the colour of the envelope is going to change how it affects us. It was a white envelope this time, but it still had the same effect. I will now probably not be able to open any post for the next 2 or 3 weeks without wondering. And I have to say I'm frightened because no employer, because I've been so open about my mental health problem, no employer will take me on. So I'm trying to start my own business. But I can't start my own business without lots of obstacles. And unfortunately, something I was planning to do next week, I may have to not do because I can't get enough people to come to see my presentation. And that means that I'm going to be months before I get another chance to do this. I am trying to get into work, but this constant hassling, and there are other people with disabilities who are doing the same, trying to get into work but can't, because we have a society that looks down on the disabled. The disabled have been so victimised and demonised by the Tory government since 2010 that we will never get a fair shake of the fucking stick. I apologise for any bad language, but this is how it affects us. and I am between breaking down in tears and being very angry. And at the moment, anger is slightly outweighing my need to break down in tears. We shouldn't be treated like this. We do want to work if we can, but all the help that we did have has been cut so drastically that if we can get into work, we probably won't stay in work because the help that was there to keep us in work has been taken away by this government. If you care, please share this video and my PIP assessment hell videos. They will be on the same playlist because it's all part of the DWP Chronicles series. We shouldn't be treated like this. We are human beings, although we are being treated like pond scum, which still makes us slightly above on the food chain Tory MPs. Please just stop all this shit. Because we've got a general election coming up. Please get rid of these fuckbags so we can have a government that will actually take care of those of us who fucking need it and give us the support we need. Thank you for listening, and like I said, please share if you care.